Hey everyone, this is Staris, and I'm going to be doing a solo queue commentary of the previous game I had. Uh, so, this is essentially going to be detailing Blaze and some key aspects to her. Let me lock the camera here. So, I'm landing with a Raptus, and it's usually not the preferred lane partner. So I'm going to be taking it pretty slow to begin with. Blaze is very dependent on who she's laning with, and if they can't really take advantage of her slow, you usually want to try not to really engage too much. So we're going against a Nyx and an Atari. AD carries are usually pretty strong early on, especially Atari. So yeah, we really want to try and not fight them. So here I am spinning on a ward. This is mainly because Tenno's in the opposite of us, so I'm just messing around with him. So since we don't want to be really fighting, we're just going to be focusing on pushing the wave here. At the very least, maybe get some a creep advantage or something. In the event they do go on us anyways. Like I said, Raptus isn't the best fighter early on, so we don't want to start a fight, but if they initiate on us, we want to have the advantages that we can get. I'm also saving Blaze's Q in case they do engage on us, not to push the wave. So, okay, we see looks like there's something going on mid, but Mortaniga seems to be doing all right. So at some point soon, I'm going to be asking the Raptus at what level he feels comfortable fighting. He ends up not responding to me. Then I step on a root. Luckily, roots don't stop Blaze's Q. So if you have to step on a root, or this trap to be specific, to keep getting the Q off, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. Then I cleanse the Atari root just to make sure he doesn't get Nyx charmed or something like that for a follow-up. Here I am sitting at the tower, getting some regen back. There's no really reason to be out there, so it's just best to sit at the tower and get that extra regen. And pretty much any time you feel like you're not going to be missing any experience from a creep dying, if your wave isn't a good, or if your wave is getting pushed, I should say, yeah, you should always try and sit at the tower. Just that extra regen can help over time. And so here I'm putting some damage on Atari. My Q is down, so I can't really do much after that. We kind of split targets as well. I focused on the Atari and Raptus focused on the Nyx. So overall a good trade, but we couldn't get a kill off of it or anything. Mm-mm. And we're pushing pretty hard at this point, so I'll just try and finish out the remaining creeps here. Our wave will get to their tower before their wave gets here. So at this point, Macwell's missing from mid, so I want to try and be safe. And here he is. Dodges Q. So that was pretty uneventful. Now he could still be in that brush right there, so we kind of want to play it a little safe. I think my ward is probably still down, so can't really check it to be safe, but so not sure why Reptus was recalling there. Alright, once again, and I do remember expecting Reptus to ult right there. I don't know why he doesn't. I could have ulted there, and I might have gotten the Atari, but I definitely would have died as well. So that's why I saved it. So I have my first proficiency point, picking up Caster Dot. Typically, you almost always want to max out Caster Dot before you get anything else. It's very good early, especially on Blaze, since she applies damage over a long period of time. And she only has 2 actual damaging abilities, so it kind of maxes out on the efficiency of it. So here we catch them off guard. There's the Abrupt Assault, and that pretty much secures the kill. Yeah, I'm not sure why they waited so long to back. So we got the kills bottom, so now I'm coming up to mid to ward, make sure Macwell doesn't try and gank us again now that we have the pressure on the lane. We're probably going to be pushed up. Also, I noticed Mortanica is top, so I come to get this solo farm. This is, as long as Elaine doesn't have air units built, Blaze is very good at pushing out and farming. And typically you want to try and do that as much as possible, unless there is a very heavily contested objective or area on the map at the time. Normally you can't really trust your teammates to just play it safe while you push, but yeah, you want to just get in that, get that farm as much as you can, and as long as it's safe to do so for you and your team. So they had looked like 3 bottom, maybe 4, I'm not sure. So now we're just playing it safe. We don't really have vision above us. And Mortanica is fighting here. Looks like she's getting caught. So the Macwell gets caught out there. I'm cutting Reptus back with the flames. And we go on a chase here for a little while. So yeah, I was in the bush, waiting for them to come. Unfortunately, it was only Macwell, but it worked out. And typically, if you have the ambush factor with your ult, it's usually normally very effective. I'm not sure. I didn't see why they got held up back there and why it was only Macwell coming down, but it worked out, so we're good. So as you can see, although I'm getting Caster Dot, you still want to max out your health and armor first on Blaze. Power is good, but it's not really essential to what she does. You're not really looking to 1v1 people at that point early on. Once you have maybe 2 or 3 levels of Caster Dot, then you can try and do that. But you want to make sure you're tanky enough to trade well. Without health or armor, you will not trade efficiently with other people. Simply due to the fact that while your Q is up, you cannot do anything else. So it's completely reliant on your Q. So I'm going pretty hard on them here bottom. I'm fairly confident. So I'll end up trading. Probably worth it for me there. I thought I might be able to live, but trade's still good, 1 for 2. And whatever gets me to my armor masteries first, or proficiencies. So I'm 5-1 at this point, looking pretty strong. Got my 3 points in Caster Dot. So I can really look to push by myself here. Which, if you get ahead early as Blaze, and once you get that level 3 in Caster Dot, you can put a lot of pressure on the lane. Typically, they will need more than one person to stop you. And with Blaze's W and how it works, you can also put pressure on a tower without actually really needing to be in range of auto-attacking yourself. Now at this point I probably should be warding above me, since it's pretty obvious I intend to just keep pushing this. Macwell is showing top, so don't really need to worry about him. And Reptus is dead. So as it stands, here I use turret control. Get the kill on her. I get ulted back in the tower. Guess I accidentally shield that unit over there. But luckily, since Reptus' ult is down, doesn't really matter at that point. Alright, so now I'm in some trouble here. Nyx is chasing me down. So here I'm letting my ult passive do the work for me. Yeah, once you have the Caster Dot, your passive ult will do a lot of work for you. It's usually best not to auto attack in situations like that. Slows you down and the damage just isn't worth it. It's better to focus on her kiting potential with her flames and her ult. So here I'm picking up some defensive support. Gives her a lot of armor. It's the single most armor item in the game, which scales her slow and shield very well. So once you get some points into that, you can kite really easily. Now I was hoping my rocket would go off on Targon there due to my auto attacking of him, but it was most likely on cooldown from the tower. So here our team's kind of going in over there, so I have to try and run and help them. Can't really save the bro. I'm just clearing that minion wave. Alright, so I make a mistake here and I use my purification matrix a millisecond too late and I get Reptus ulted. If I would have used my matrix early there, that would have been devastating for them. The Reptus would be dead without any likelihood of living. So I know they have a ward here, so I'm messing around with them, just spinning in there. Just basically taking some pressure off mid. At the time, that wasn't my intention, of course. I was just messing around, but it does accomplish something, I guess. Yeah, so we're 8-1 now. Using the same concept as before, putting pressure on the bot lane. Now, not too long ago when I was 5-1, I was able to 1v3 them, so it's only looking even better now. And they have a lot of kiteable commanders on their team, so I'm not really too worried. So here I'm going to ward above me just to be safe. Spot Nyx almost immediately after. Looks like Atari and Mackwell are here now, and I know the Nyx was close by as well. Just gonna fight him, keep applying that pressure. I know I can pretty much live. Here the Nyx Charm interrupts me, but Flames will finish her off. Now my main goal here is to let my team accomplish something in other lanes, or at least, you know, be able to push them back out. Top lane is getting pushed in pretty hard. So here Reptus E's me, and I immediately cleanse that slow. After that, Reptus doesn't stand a chance really. You can just kite him backwards with your Q. As long as you shield yourself after he puts his slow on you, he will not be able to get in range of you to ult you. So, yeah, running away here. I'm out of mana, and they're getting a little heavy down in bottom, so no sense in trying to fight. So our top lane got pushed back out, looks like. I was hoping maybe they could get mid tower or something. I think they may have gotten a kill. So it looks like they're fighting down here. Let me unlock that. Alright, so we get a kill on the Atari. The bros fighting. Nyx will probably get away there. Alright, so now I'm back. We'll probably be able to get this tower from this. The tower is about to go down, so I just focus on what Blaze does best in the wave clearing. By herself, her tower pushing isn't that great from her auto attacks. Like her passive rocket will hit it, but that's once every 3 seconds. So they engage on Eos here. Shield him to save him. Eruptus flips me, which does push me in position to ult. Here I have tower control up, or turret control, so I just use that to go in. was hoping the passive, the caster dot would kill the Macwell there, but I had to flash for the kill. And then Targon, yeah, just he can't chase me due to the slow. So I think Tari's back up, yeah, so we can't really push in on that. Alright, so I've got caster dot and defensive support maxed out, so I'm going caster bonus next. I have enough kills where I'm gonna have a need to be a source of damage on the team. If I had a sniper, which actually we don't even have a sniper on our team, so if we had one that had a few kills, or was even or ahead in the game, I'd probably go another armor item here, but instead it's gonna be on me for some damage, so I have to go caster bonus. So basically what I was doing bot lane all game, I was going to do for top lane now. But instead it looks like stuff's going down mid, so I have to go over there. So at this time I notice our team's pushing in here. So I just kind of cut Macwell off, make sure he can't run back. And unfortunately we have a artillery thing over there, so we're not actually gonna have units in tower range, unfortunately. So here I wait for Reptus to ult, which is inevitable, before I use my ult. I'm not sure at this point if I had Matrix out, but since there was only one CC to really worry about, and then in Reptus ult, don't really need to use it. Just let him ult me. My shield should be enough to tank whatever damage is coming my way. So our Reptus flanks them. I come in to help slow the Reptus down, which we should be able to get him. Yeah. Now we have a pretty big wave here, and 3 of them are dead, so we should be getting this tower, or at least try to. Alright. So, didn't... Well, seemed like we burned a little too much on that, but just need to retreat here. We got the tower. They're all back up pretty much, so not really much we can do. Yeah, it looks like they have 2 bottom. Which I think I'm going to be heading that way. Yeah. I guess Mortanica goes in a little early. Yeah, so just clean that up. Continue pushing bot back out so we can't take any more towers that soon. So I've got 2 points in caster bonus. Usually it's not something you really need to worry about until you have 3 points in it, which then it becomes really strong.
You guys are on fire today.
So we have some invisible... Yeah, those things are annoying. So we're finishing off the tower. EOS is getting into trouble here. Unfortunately, I don't think I get him. If we would have had 3 points in caster bonus, that would have been a kill. The low health bonus is just insane. Alright, so here I'm gonna be messing around a little bit. I was kind of hoping they would just let me stand there, but I guess they wanted to go in on me. So here's something coming up. As you notice, I'm pretty much one hit away from death. I'm going to come back up. You want to stay in position where you can get your shield off at the very least. Or against melees, you know, hit them with your Q to help. Don't put yourself in range of getting killed, but put yourself in range of assisting other people. So here I was hoping we could finish the game, but Atari gets back. My shield ran out, and I paid the price. I thought we could get her before she was able to kill me, but I guess I was wrong. So we have the shield generators down for both mid and bottom. So we're going to have a lot of pressure on those lanes now, just due to the new 20% bonus. I also think this is the game where Bro, something funny happens to him. I guess it'd be good to have that recorded just so people can see, but yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see that later.
Take another shot at that.
See, I noticed they were around here, so I go to check. Now you want to make sure I intended on running into ult them here. You want to make sure you get into that bush so you have vision of them. I end up getting both of them here. Yeah, but your ult will only hit things you have vision of, so if I would have ulted before I got into that bush, they could have just, well, they would have killed me. Also, I knew Nyx's charm was down at that point, so they had no way of stopping me from ulting, so. And I had the shield up, so that would give me time to get into the bush. So I'm going to quickly realize here that I cannot do anything mid lane. Flying units, Blaze pretty much cannot do anything about, except ult them, which I have done on occasion just to push out the lane, but it's not something I would recommend. But yeah, if you're ever against a Blaze, try focusing more on air units. She will not be able to push you out with it. So it looks like they're putting some pressure on bottom. Since I can't really do mid, and people seem to be doing their own things, just try and come bottom to gank. And they're still there, so we should be able to get this. So I'm going to be demonstrating something you can do against Targon here, as Blaze. It's not necessarily important in this fight per se, but it is something in general you should know. Now, if you notice, I walk backwards here after I start up my flames. That's to avoid Targon's Fear, which is a pretty small circular fear. At max range, your flames will be able to keep going, and you can stay out of range of it. So you want to try and be as precise as possible when maneuvering around him. Okay, so this is what happens with Burrow. He's he's pretty much exploring the landscape off the map here, which just looks pretty cool. Not sure how that happened. I guess he said he was recalling. So this is going to come into play later on here. The fact that he's over here. He gets out, but something happens to him, which I cannot explain. But I'm sure someone will figure it out. And here, I know, I don't know how this map design is, but it actually looked like he was walking up. Oh, okay, well, maybe I'll focus on that a little later. Okay, so I'm trying to get the fight going down here. Mackerel slows me with his E, but I shield to cleanse it so I can keep up. Once you have this much armor, your Q will pretty much chase anyone down. The only thing that can really stop you are hard CCs. Slows, you can just E out of and keep chasing. So they got Meccan out while we were all bottom. Pretty sure the Mackerel soloed it. But it doesn't matter since he's dead now. We can just finish the game. Although, I think my teammates end up having different ideas of what to do here. I turret control the Augur, and I'm hoping anyone helps me, but they don't. But, luckily I have the Bro to back me up here. So, after Bro comes back into the map, somehow he's untargetable. As you notice, they're not doing anything to stop him. He's yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, so that was a pretty crazy ending. So we go over some of the stats here.